Well, hello, boys and girls. It's when I feel like it o'clock again. And I have had some like unbelievable questions from your letters that we get pouring in here daily. Yesterday I was having my Nutella bath and reading all the letters, and I came across. Uh, right now I'm waiting for my pre-nap massage. So I have a little time to talk about some of one of the letters that we received from Harold Kumar from Lai City, Australia. He asks, "What the fuck are you talking about? Buffalo making the playoffs this year?" Well, thanks for your question, Harold. But yes, I did pick Buffalo to make the playoffs this year, and I think what you were kind of trying to ask me there is why would I do that such a thing? And it is a pretty bold move. Well, basically the East is so tight. The Islanders, Boston, there's many bubble teams, maybe even Philadelphia, that could feasibly make the playoffs, be just in or just out. And a lot of people aren't putting Buffalo in there, but I am. And the reason why is it is very tight, and I think that there's just going to be, it's such a tight race, it'll be such a tight race that X factors are going to play a part. Like intangibles are going to play a part in who makes it and who doesn't. Bringing in Botterill was a fantastic move. He is a very progressive general manager. I'm sure the knowledge that he got from Rutherford, who anybody knows me knows that I think is a genius. But Botterill was already a very well-rounded, thinking hockey mind before he even got into Pittsburgh. So they take him out of there, and I just love him. I love his progression has been fast for a reason. He is the kind of like what Sheika was as he moved up the ranks. He's just that kind of a mind. He's an extremely intelligent fellow, and it shows because they needed help on D, and they still need help on D. Bringing in Scandella was a really under the cuff move. It was fantastic. Scandella is much better than people give him credit for. But even more than that, to help out the defense, I think there was a lot more. That defense was underachieving. It was really Ristolainen, Bogosian, McCabe. This is not a bad top four that you have already there, and I think he realized that, he identified that, and what he did was bring in a coach that is probably the best coach you could possibly find if you feel you have an underachieving defense in Phil Housley. Phil Housley was one of the best, most intelligent players not only of his generation but of all time. He was an incredible defenseman, cerebrally. Try to say that several times over and over again. Anyways, yeah, I just learned that word. But Phil Housley was a great mind, but not all great minds can coach and can teach, and he can really well. In Nashville, did a fantastic job. People gloated over what he did in Nashville, and I think that it was the perfect fit. The other reason, there's three reasons why I picked Buffalo. I should have told you that before I got started here. The other reason was Lehner. Lehner is a bit of a head case, but an incredibly skilled goaltender. I think that even though he's kind of an arrogant prick and he kind of rubs his teammates the wrong way and all of those things like that, his skill level is just so insane that it's going to come out this year, and he's going to be a machine. Not to mention the fact, again, you have Phil Housley, who I just love to work with him, and I think you're going to see a lot of benefit there as well. Then you have of course, Eichel, and they just give him. By the way, here we go, Botterill. Another thing he identified probably is that morale in Buffalo was not good since their previous coach, who basically got run out of town. I can't remember his name now off the top of my head. Why did I not write this stuff down? Oh yeah, right, because I'm lazy. Yes, so, what's his name? Anyways, morale was down. They wanted the coach out, and they also needed, going into the season, to have a feeling that management believed in them. So what does he do? He gives Eichel $10 million a year, which is probably a little early to be giving him that much. And you've heard it probably from all the prognosticators. Like, why don't you just wait to see if he's going to be what he says? All this. It's a very low risk move when you consider the motivation it's going to give your whole team. And if you're trying to sell your belief in your team to give them confidence going into the next year, it is one hell of a way to do it. I have very little doubt that Eichel's going to live up to that contract, and that's another reason why I believe they make it this year. I think he is going to be probably the top 3 in the league. Very much in the round like Tavares, Stamkos type player, and he'll start to show that this year. Then you got Reinhart, Larson, O'Reilly. I mean, top 4 centers right there. I think you're going to have to put Reinhart on the wing, put Larson. Larson is such an underrated centerman. Up the middle, they might be, except for maybe Pittsburgh, of course, the deepest team in the East. They could use some help on the wing, but they've got cap room, and they picked up Pominville, which is an underrated move. I think he'll fit in well there. You got Okposo and Kane. I think you're going to see Kane mature into one hell of a physical winger this year. I see him getting over 30 goals, and like I said, you got cap room to fill out the wings, and the wings are the easiest place to fill, and probably still get some help on your defense as well. That's the reason why I picked Buffalo to make the playoffs this year. I see the Islanders. They still have their arena issues and the whole thing going on with Tavares there. They're very young, so they could do it, but I just don't see it. Boston, I like Cassidy as a coach, and I think he'll get the best out of that team. But again, even there, they've got a problem there. Well, I think it's going to be a problem where they have such an age differential in the gap. They've got really young guys and really older guys, and quite often that doesn't gel well. Also, they just have really young guys. I love McAvoy. I think he's going to be fantastic, but their overall defense is and I've never been a fan of Rask. So those are 2 of them. And then Montreal, Duran will work out well in the middle there, and if you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that I said that they would play him in the middle. But besides that, it's a weak lineup as far as forwards are concerned, and their defense isn't really nothing to write home about now either without Markov being there. They got a great goaltender and an average team in front of them, and I just don't think they're going to make it, even though I think that they have Julian as one of the top 5 coaches in the league. I still don't think they're going to make it. Anyways, boys and girls, that's the answer to your question, Harold. My NHL Pearls of Wisdom. Subscribe and get yourself a My NHL Pearls of Wisdom necklace sent to you via mail, and a vat of Jaime's Body Lube. Jaime's Body Lube. It's the best. There, I said it. That's my 42%, boys and girls. Have a great day. Lots of love to you.